So today we'll be discussing on plotting using pandas and using numpy and using matplotlib. Sorry. So because many people don't know you can actually do some plots in your pandas without importing the matplotlib library. So we'll look at those plots today, some of the plots, then we'll do some plotting in both libraries before we proceed. So first and foremost, let me import my libraries. So I import my pandas in the normal conversion. So for a start, let me have just a data let me have a data and I'll just give this, I'll use this to create my data frame. This. Okay, so I want to create my data frame. The data frame, I'll specify data. Now I can visualize my data frame. So let me assume this is a data frame maybe of a particular organization or a business that you want to plot. To plot now with pandas, I can do data frame dots. First and foremost, let's get the methods, the different kinds of plots we can plot in pandas. So I'll use this method to extract the different kinds of plots. I'll use for plot kind in directory of df.plots. So I'll specify if the plot kind is not starting, if the plot kind is not starting with, if plot kind does start with not starting with this, sorry, this should be underscore, then it should print the plot kind for me. So when I run this, on your screen you will see that we have the different kinds of plots that can actually be done using pandas. So you can plot an area plot, you can do a bar plot. Bar H is an horizontal bar chart. That bar is a bar chart. You can have a box plot and whatsoever. So I'll start with the line plot, which is something very easy. So I can say df dot plot in brackets. I say kind. I have to specify this kind to indicate the kind of plot I want, and it must be a string. So the kind is line. So when I run this, you see what will come out. Having this, which is this. So if you observe, it is a different column that has been plotted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns, just as we have here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 columns have been plotted. So it took the column and plot against the row. See this 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's how it plotted it, and this just looked so kind of easy, and very plain, because we have not specified some attributes, we've not specified some things. So as we progress, we'll be fine-tuning the plots. Now let's assume we want to plot specifically we just want this to be our new data frame. From what I say data, df equals to pv dot read underscore csv. I'll specify this. I have my downloads. Then I have my data. Okay, you can. Yeah, this one. Okay, each of these lines here represents the columns. Each of the lines represent the columns. So, because there are different columns, you see them with different numbers. Each of the lines represents the column, because you are plotting. In plotting, you are plotting a column against a column, not a row against. So that is what it means. Pardon? Yes. So we just use one plot. And it has these 5 columns plotted together. So that is to say, in a plot, you can have more than, instead of plotting them individually, in a plot, you can have more than one column on it. So, yeah, welcome. So I specify this. The data set I dropped. For those joining, you can download the data sets from the charts. I dropped the link on the charts. You can download it and read it in your NumPy. So I have this. I say pf.head. Let me see what it have here. So this, I just read my data, the one I sent. So this is what we'll be using. So for instance, this line plot we did, let's see, we want to plot the pause against the duration. So we can simply, yeah, okay. Yes. Hello. Since we've lost her. Okay, while she comes on, let me continue with what I'm saying. Want to plot the pause against duration. So the readings of the pause against that of duration. So we'll do a simple thing here, which is df dot plot kind. Yes, you can answer now. I can hear you. Hello, you can answer. I can hear you. Hello, answer. I can hear you. Okay, stay on the plotting. Now, I don't want everything to be messy. I don't want all the columns to be plotted. That's why I'm specifying that take this as the x-axis, take this as the y-axis. So since I'm plotting pulse against duration, the duration, the duration will be on the x-axis. Duration will be on the x-axis, and the pulse, that the pulse reading, will be on the y-axis. So when I hit this, then I will have this as a line plot, which is kind of very scattered. So then if I want to suppress this, I'll use my semicolon and shift enter. It will suppress that little notes, that little text notes here. So you see the reading, the duration. If you look at the duration, we can't see all the data frame because it's so long. But when we do this, you see it reads from 50 to 300. That is the duration. And at each stage, the reading was not uniform. That's why I see the line is very scattered, like a zigzag. It's not a straight line. So that's why we have this way. Okay, if you want to view it like a scattered plot, all you have to do is to use a scatter. And when you change the kind to scatter, you have it as a scattered plot. And this is it. It's a scattered plot. Now you can see in most of the plots, you can see that it has a title, the plot title, the x-axis has a label, the y-axis has a label. So to include that, I can give this a title. I can say title is equal to pulse against let me say pulse reading. So when I shift the title, you see the title has been included. Then if I so wish to change the labels, the X and Y label, I can change it. I can change the X and Y label. So at this category of 50 here, this duration of 50, you can see the readings within this space. The reading within this space. Okay, so let me specify a different title. I'll say X label is equal to duration. Let me say duration, and let me say this duration is duration. I'll specify minutes. Maybe after every 50 minutes, I take the reading of a group of people, their pulse. Then you see it has changed. So I can also change the y-axis. The y-axis, I have it as, let me say, pulse. Maybe I don't know the units in measuring pulse, but you can specify the units. And when you specify the units, then everything will change. Let's see what's wrong here. Y-axis. Did I specify equal to? Oh, sorry, Y label, not Y-axis. Y label. So this is one of the ways we can plot in using. You can break this down so that you can see it easily using pandas. So this is just a simple scattered plot. Remember, I showed you the line plots. The line plots, we have the lines. The scatter plots will be in dotted form. Then we can see a histogram. Let's pick an histogram. Let's want to get the DF, and I'm plotting just for the pause. Dot plots kind hist. Kind is hist. Then when I hit my shift and enter, I have this. So from here I will be able to read that the people with this pulse, the people with 100, that their pulse rate 110, have the highest. So among the people I measured their pulse, I took their readings, I can see that, okay, the highest pulse was 110. That is the bank counts 110, and the least was within this, is within close to 160. It's close to 160. That's our histogram. And funny enough, to validate what we are seeing from the histogram, we can simply do df pulse dot value counts. The value counts. Let's see this. Good. You see the value counts. Okay. Then you see this 100 and 100 having 19. When you look at it here, within this class, this is the class here. So our histogram is actually telling us that, okay, these have the highest within that class of 100 to 110 have the highest. So the highest figure falls within that class. If we should specify if we want the number of display bin, I think it's bins. Let's see if I'm right. Good. That is it. When we specify the bins, it gives us just this display. See here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it breaks it, the data, into 5 and try to plot it out. Any question? Okay. Yeah. I should continue. Okay. So now let's have a simple illustration. We have that, let's say T is equal to, or let me say, let's say T, or numbers equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. I want to plot using this. Then I can have a simple plot where I have df dot, sorry, where I have df pd dot plots. Does it have pd dot plots? Not found. df equals to pd dot data frame number or numbers, sorry. Okay, I have df dot plots. I have the first stuff. I have kind. Kind is equal to line. And specify line plots. Sorry, that has to be in space. And kind is equal to line. Let me do this. Let's see what we have. You see this is a straight line. That is a straight line. Okay. And I want to have different plots. I want to see different plots in it. So I can do something very simple. Numbers. For my numbers. Star 2 kind line. Specify number again. Numbers. I have here non-integer column. Okay. So this can go. Maybe I'll do this again with matplotlib. I'll do that with matplotlib. So let's see a bar chart. Let's see a bar chart. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, there are functions of the data frame. It must be a okay, write down. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. That is when you are using pandas. But the next one I will show you is when you are using matplotlib. You don't need to convert it to a data frame. Okay, so let's just pick this code here because I don't want to stress myself with the title and all those stuff. So I pick the code, I drop it down here. I'll specify the bar charts. It's a bar chart, and the same thing I'm plotting. So I just have to. What is the key error? Duration. Don't I? Oh! I did a new data frame. That's why I did a new data frame. So it overread this that I have done before. So I have to just rerun that cell. Then I execute this again. So it's plotting. So you see this a bar chart. You see the bars. This it's not fine-tuned. It's not beautiful. But when we use matplotlib, you see it's better. That's one thing with all these plots visualization packages. Even when you use Seaborn gives you more beautiful plots than matplotlib. So if I should specify by H over here, you see it goes in horizontal form. it goes in horizontal form, the bar H, just a change, Okay, so the data we're having is so much, so let me give, so I will have a clearer view. I want my data, let me say data to df. I want my data frame. I want the first 50 of my data frame. Let me see, how am I going to do that? Data frame dot ilog. I want from 0 to 51. So when I do this, sorry, ilog, I use block brackets, not the other brackets. Okay, so I have from 0 to 50. Okay, so then I can equate this, I can keep this in a variable. Let me see, I just want 50. Let me confirm the data2 dot shape. Okay, I have 51, 50. Okay, good. So I just want this. Then in this aspect, I have to specify one other thing, which is the data equals to data2. I don't want it to use everything. I put my comma. Sorry, it's giving me error. Unknown arguments, data. Oh, data. Yeah. Pardon, you say something? Okay, yeah. Thank you. That's yeah. So I'll have this. So it becomes smaller. It becomes smaller what we have. So from here we can clearly see that within that 50, that range of 50 observations we took, the highest pulse, this was the one with the highest frequency. The one with the highest frequency, this pulse, but it's so tight that we can't even get the readings. We can't get the frequency here. So when you are plotting, you can ensure that what you plot is what will give you a beta view. Okay. Now I can't exhaust all the kinds of plots we have in matplotlib, but if you run this code, you'll be able to see the different kinds of plots, and in each of these code you specify this in each of the kinds you specify it as a string. You specify it as a string. Alternatively, you can have something like this using a list comprehension. I just want, let me take this code, I copy, I paste this, I want plot kind, because when you use list compression, it's always faster and easier for plot kind. This is plot kind good. So there's one other thing I have to do. I have to take this away. So this is just a fine list comprehension. I broke it down so that we can see it. As you can also leave it for you to have line as in a straight line. You can leave it this way. So this comprehension is same thing with the above. The same thing with the above here. So when you specify your kind, you must put the kind in a string. You can on your own you can try each of these stuff and you'll be able to see it. Okay, let's try this pie chart before we switch over to Matplotlib.